Hello guys, my name is Michael and welcome to a new GTK tutorial. And it is time to move on and to see what's the story with the GTK stack. The GTK stack widget, which I already introduced to you in the last video, and now we can basically create it. This is what we are going to do today. We are going to create this program right here, which has a button. Once that you click it, you can reveal, if you can call it like this, another widget. And once that you click on this reveal it button, you can even change it to something else. Okay, anyway, before we move, you should know that there is already a widget called a GTK Revealer. So if you see me now or later using name like revealing something, don't think that it is about the GTK Revealer. GTK Revealer, it is another widget which you are going to learn about it in the next coming videos, but not now. Okay, so that being said, let us implement this program right here. For this, we need the GTK stack. GTK stack is a stacking container. It has quite a few functions, properties as well, child properties of course, and its description. We already checked its description. I'm not going to check it again, even if I didn't check it all its description. Just use pause and read about it, and then you'll be fine. And of course we have the stack, which is the CSS node which we need. Okay, so that being said, let us see what we have right now. At this point I have a window with a grid inside it and with a button. The button which I created, it is called click because I used a label on it. I use a margin on 20 pixels and then the GTK grid attached to put the button inside the grid at the position 0 left, 0 top, and weight to 1 to expand. Okay, so basically this is what we have right now, nothing special. Okay, now let us create our stack. For this, function says, let me go back, GTK stack new, which is the function which we needed to create a stack, and says creates a new GTK stack container. Okay, so let us call this function. Before we do that, of course, we need to declare GTK widget pointer, and let us call it stack. And now we create a stack, and we're going to point it to GTK stack new. Takes no argument, no parameters, and of course we can now attach the stack inside our grid at the position left 1, and I'm going to let it on left 0 and top 1, so that will be one after another one. And now basically you won't see nothing. Yes, of course you cannot see nothing. Why? Because like the screen says, it is a container. Okay, now what do we need? We need to, sorry guys, but I had to take a phone. I hate when happens something like this, but well, I need to do those things also. So like I said, the GTK stack is only a container. So this means as we already know, a container means that contains something, so we need to put some information inside it. And for this, we are going basically to create those buttons which I introduced to here. And I'm going to use, of course, GTK button new from icon name. And yes, of course, I forgot. Sorry guys, in the first video I was talking about the buttons from stock, which was wrong. I was talking about GTK button new from icon names and not from stock. Okay, just to be clear that I wasn't supposed to create that confusion. Anyway, so the button 1 is the first button which we are going to create it, and of course, like I said, GTK button new from icon name right here, and of course the first one will be the phone, which I needed. The second one, the second argument will be the GTK icon size, size, which I'm going to say icon size menu. I'm going to check it. right here. So this is the first button, second, third, fourth, fifth. Now the second one, which I'm going to use, it will be the camera web. The next one which I'm going to use will be audio headset, and the next one will be audio headphones, and the last one of course will be the computer. Now let us make it more clear. Now once that we have them, just because we create them, it doesn't mean that we have them. Now we need to sorry, we need to put them inside our stack. How you will do it? Well, for this there is a function which is called GTK add name. GTK add name, it is a function which takes 3 arguments or 3 parameters, returns nothing, void, and says adds a child to the stack. So basically this is what we need. We need to add those childs to this stack. So for this we are just going to call it GTK stack add name, and as the function says, the first one is the stack, second is the widget which you need to add it, and the last one is the name. The name, it is like an identifier, so that you know when you search for one of those childs, you are going to search after this name, and once that you find it, then you can work with it. You will see later what I'm talking about. Anyway, the first one which we are going to pass will be the GTK stack, which we need to cast our stack into the GTK stack. Once that we do this, we need the button one, the first button, and the name which I decide to use will be the same name which are provided for us from our icon names. Now I need to fix 3, 4, and 5 because we need those 5. And now let us create a button 2, which will be our camera web. The button 3 will be the audio set. The button 4 will be the audio phones, and the last one will be of course the computer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now let's see what happens if I'm going to compile it and run it. And here we have too many double quotes, which is bad. We need only one at the left, one at the right. And as you can see, we have our buttons. But what kind of buttons do we have? We have a phone, which was the first one. And where are the others? We don't have them. Well, it is important for you to understand, of course you don't have it, because if you go back to its description, to its main description, it says the GTK stack widget is a container which only shows one of its children at a time. So you cannot see more than one children, but more than one child, but you can switch those childs as well. We already saw it when we checked our program. Like here, you see this behavior, you can have it for yourself. How you do that? Well, for this, to make it work, we need to make some changes to our program. And at this point, the main changes which we are going to do, it is first thing which we need to do first, it is to interact between our button and our stack. So for this, we are going to use the gsignal connect on our button. And of course we need to click it, because this is the signal which the button uses, the g callback function, and the callback function will be called click it callback. And of course we need to pass the stack as well. Now what do we do here? We are going to say something like this. When we are clicking on our button, we need to catch this signal, the click it. So when the user presses the button, and once that this happens, we are passing the stack, and because we have the stack, we are going to make some changes to this stack container. How we will do it, I'm going to show you. void callback GTK button. It is the first one which we needed, and the second one will be GTK stack, of course. Now we need to define it, and of course, first thing first, G return. We are going to return if fails, so we need to check that it is indeed a button and not something else. And of course, the same thing goes for return if fail if GTK is not a stack. So just to be sure, we are going to check them before we use them, because we know that it should be. Okay, sorry, I deleted. Now we can basically create our callback function, and by doing this, what do we need first? I'm going to declare a static variable of gint. Whoa, not so fast. Static gint, and I'm going to call it flag. Even if they go for themselves to 0, I'm going to do it myself as well. And now, because we have it, and let me do a little bit clean code right here. Now we can use a if statement. If flag is equal to 0, which it is, then here we need another function. Now let us go back and check our functions. And the function what I'm talking about, it is called GTKStack set visible child name. So we were using the add name, where we saw we can add a name into our stack. So basically we are putting some information inside our stack, and we give it a name. And now, because we have those names, now let us set those names to be visible as well. So for this we need a function, because there are two here, set visible child and set visible child name. We're going to check those two difference, but now we need the set visible child name function, which is a function which does nothing, takes two parameters, the stack itself and a name, and says make the child with a given name visible, which is very important. This is the thing which we need to do. Now let's see how it's working. So if child is different from the current visible child, the transfer between the two will be animated with the current transition type of the stack. Note that the child widget has to be visible itself. So see GTK widget show, whatever. Okay, let us check it. So I'm going to say GTK stack set visible child name, and of course we need a stack, and now we need a name. And for this, which name we need, now let's see, we have the phone, we already saw it. Now let us change it to camera web. Now because we have it, and because if it is working, we need of course to set the flag to something else, isn't it? So now I'm going to set the flag to 1. Now because the flag is set to 1, we are going to set else if the flag is now equal to 1. Now we can do the same thing here, calling the same function again, and this time we are going to call the next one, which was the audio set. So I'm going to replace this one, and because we have the audio set, now we can basically change it back to our phone. So else, in the else statement, we are going to say GTK stat visual child name. We are going to set it to phone right now. Again, we have too many double quotes, and we are going to set, of course, to 0. Now let us check what we have here. We have a function, a clicked callback, which it is called once that the user pressed the button, and it is checking against the button and the stack to be sure that they are there, and we are declare a flag setting to 0, and then we are checking if it is 0. It is because we did right here. Then we want to see the child with the camera web name. Once that we click again, the flag goes to 1, and because it goes to 1, we are going to set it to audio set, and then goes to 2, and because it goes to 2, we are going to set to phone, and then the flag goes to 0 again, so that we can rotate these 3 things right here. Let's see what happens. Of course, I forgot a semicolon right here, like always. Now I'm going to compile it and run it, and as you can see, we have our click button and our phone. And now watch, you see, once that I click it, now we have the child name phone was not found in the GTK GtkStack. Now I need to check what's the story with the phone. Why is not there? Because I said foam, not phone. Sorry guys, we have no foam, at least not in English, I think. So I need to use phone. So let me go back. Yes, as you can see, I can switch between them, nice and easy. So that being said, I think it's enough. Thank you guys for watching. If you like it, please subscribe, share with your friends and neighbors, and until next time, see you guys.